everyone. In the previous lecture, we have discussed two approaches for business process re-engineering. Now, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss business process re-engineering and enterprise resource planning. In the previous lecture, we have discussed that ERP is the technology enabled re-engineering approach when we talk about business process re-engineering. So in this discuss about BPR and ERP. BPR and ERP share a central philosophy. That means they both are based on central philosophy. Okay, that means they both aim to reduce cost and improve customer satisfaction while increasing profits and stakeholder value. They both have the same goal. Both require changes to the way people work. That means the change is required in the way in how people work and to the processes organization employ to achieve business goals. That means in both BPR and ERP need to change the way in which people work, and there is need of changing the organization processes that are employed to achieve the business goal. The key goal of both BPR and ERP is to break through functional silos towards a process orientation. Adopting ERP best practices require fundamental changes in the way employees do their work. Okay, for as we discussed earlier also, that ERP is technology enabled BPR. Okay, so it is a best technology that is used to change the way how employees do their work, because initially the employees work manually, but after redesigning the business process using ERP, that is technology based re-engineering approach, they will not work manually. The system will be automated, and the way companies interact with their customer, suppliers and business partners all will change when we adopt the ERP technology. Neither BPR nor ERP has a perfect record. That means both are not perfect. Both the approaches are not perfect. They carry risk. There is risk in using both the approaches. These risks should be acknowledged and addressed for a successful BPR ERP initiative. That means the risks that are associated with business process re-engineering and enterprise resource planning, they must be acknowledged and action must be provided to address those risks so that both the approaches can become successful. So now I'm going to discuss the factors for the re-engineering success. How the redesigning process approach will be successful. That factors I am going to discuss here. BPR requires sustained management commitment. That means it requires commitment of the sustained management, okay, and leadership, a defined scope, managed expectation and an alignment of rewards and recognition with new business process. Now this line means if we are using BPR, that is business process re-engineering, there must be sustained management commitment, leadership, a defined scope of the process, managed expectations, and an alignment of rewards should be there. There should be proper recognition while using the new business processes. Success also occurs more often when the dots are connected between a re-engineered process and customer and the shareholder value. That means BPR will be successful when there would be link between the re-engineered process, its customer and shareholder value. Other factors leading to BPR success include, that means other factors that are to be taken care while using the BPR are scaling up and down. Now what is scaling up and down? Processes redesigned in one division of a company should be able to work across the entire company. That means if we are changing the one process of a company, then that process change should reflect across the entire company. It should be beneficial for other processes also. Okay, so this is basically scaling up and scaling down. However, it should be noted that processes that suit a larger division might become a burden to a smaller division. Okay, for example, if a company has a small division and implements processes that supports its largest division, those processes may burden the small division with license and operational support cost to the extent that the advantage of BPR are lost. Okay, so this is an example that is representing that sometimes BPR becomes burden. Okay, in addition, the organization must plan for local regulatory requirements, often on a country by country basis. Okay, so the process should be changed accordingly. Second is thinking outside the functional box, or you can say thinking out the box. Okay, so this is another factor that is affecting the re-engineering process. If a company re-engineers in silos, it tends to harden those silos. Now, what are the silos here? Now, here, if a company re-engineers in silos, that means if the company redesign the process and that is in silos. Now, silos means when several departments or groups within that organization do not want to share information or knowledge with other individuals they work with. Okay, so this is a direct result of a conflicted leadership team. It tends to harden those silos, hindering. Now, what is the disadvantage of working in silos? It hinders. That means it is an obstacle between the BPR efforts and it creates problems upstream or downstream. Okay, so the BPR techniques should be used to get rid of silos and instead focus on the process. Okay, so the people should work in a cooperative manner to achieve the new design of the process. Looking at other companies for similar solutions to similar processes. This is another factor while designing the re-engineering. Other companies to provide the similar solutions to the similar processes. You're not providing the solution to the problem by your own. You are looking to some other company that you expect to provide the solution for your problem. Lessons learned from other companies could save time and money and help with setting budgets, plans, and expectation. That means if your problem is similar with the problem of the another organization, then you might look for that solution from other company that can save your time, money, and help in setting your budgets, plans, and expectation. Be another company's process and get identical result. Okay, so the results of your company might vary from the results of another company. Okay, even if you are using the same process that is matching with the process of another company, still the results can get conflicted. So, proven processes often eliminate a number of risks and uncertainties. So, fourth factor is recognizing that a process is just one aspect of success. Okay, so you have to consider that process is just one aspect of success. Employees and their capabilities, experience, adaptability, motivation, and values are important factors in success, as well as marketplace reality and customer perception. Now, this means that process is not a single aspect of success. Beside the process, there are other factors also, like the capability of the employees, their experience, their adaptability, their motivation, and the value. Okay, fifth is delivering sooner rather than later. This is another aspect of re-engineering success, that you have to provide the solution to the problem earlier, not later. According to Dr. Hammer, there is no such thing as slow major change. Okay, if a project lacks momentum, that means it is lacking of momentum, it is not changing along with the time, it begins to lose credibility. It will lose its credibility, its value, and employees become apathetic. Others will object, or worse, try to undermine the project success. Okay, so next factor is considering the competition. You have to consider the competition in the market while going for the re-engineering process. Companies should factor the competition into their BPR plan. Okay, they should consider the competition point also while redesigning. Okay, and consider the following questions: will the competition follow? Can they follow? How fast will they follow? Will they be able to do it better? Ideally, companies want to choose a vector that distances them so much from the competition that the competition has a difficult time following. If they do this, they will achieve competitive differentiation, which potentially means higher profit margins. However, the time will come when competitors do catch up. It is not a question of if but when. Okay. So last factor for the re-engineering success is remembering the employee. If BPR is a part of cost cutting initiative, if you want to redesign the process for cost cutting, there is a high probability that it will result in downsizing. Okay, downsizing means cutting out the employees. According to research, BPR failures are often caused by paying insufficient attention to the human factor. Okay, question to consider regarding employees during a BPR initiative include: if employees must be let go, will there still be the experience and capacity to continue without a hiccup? Will employees carry valuable corporate knowledge to competitors? Okay, so if you cut out the employees, then they can breach your confidential to the competitors. Okay, will downsizing impact the loyalty of those who remain? Experience can be priceless, and so can loyalty. Can employee loyalty ever be regained once lost? Okay, so you must consider these factors while going for the re engineering process. So, now what is BPR and downsizing? How they both are related with each other. BPR is not the same as downsizing. Okay, so downsizing should only be considered after exploring ways to reassign employees to other parts of the organization. Okay, in that case, downsizing could be there. If you cut off the number of employees from your organization and that employees move to the other organization that is your competitor in the market, in that case, downsizing should be there. This is where understanding employee capability, experience, adaptability, motivation, and values become very important. Okay, so you have to keep these aspects in your mind while cutting off your employees. Mishandling these issues will negatively impact the morale and performance of your organization.